After the Pakistan government promoted Asim Munir to the rank of Field Marshal, Pakistan has now reportedly passed a constitutional amendment paving the way for the Army Chief to take charge as the country's first Chief of Defence Forces. A powerful new position aimed at ensuring greater coordination and unified command among the three services. The 27th Constitutional Amendment Bill presented in the Parliament proposes changes to Article 243 of the Constitution, which governs matters related to the armed forces. Under the amendment, the President will appoint both the Army Chief and the Chief of Defence Forces on the advice of the Prime Minister. I have my colleague Ajay Jandial joining me on this big story. Ajay, what more details do you have?
A person, Army Chief, who have miserably failed during the warlike situation with India, like Operation Sindoor, and number of their launch pad, their terror camps, and army positions were decimated by the Indian forces. And at the same time, instead of facing the consequences of defeat, Pakistan authorities, Pakistani government have promoted him to the Field Marshal. That was indication that armies are having an upper hand in Pakistan, and that's why he was promoted as Army Field Marshal. But when another step was taken by the Pakistan government, and instead of Pakistani Prime Minister, when he was invited for a army parade in the US, and he attended the number of it at least twice. That was another indication. And now the army make government, Pakistani government, pressurize that he has to be the new Chief of the Defence Forces, and that's why this decision has been taken. And now, under pressure, government of Shahbaz Sharif has taken this decision because the situation is very volatile in Pakistan. What is happening in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, what is happening in Balochistan, what is happening with Afghanistan, and how they have faced the defeat with India. And that is something which definitely raises question. And how they could save the face, how they could face their own people by doing they can do it only by doing this, that they have promoted Army Chief first as a Field Marshal, and now they have planned for him a new position of Chief of Armed Forces. Means he will be getting more promotions, and in the coming day I think we should not be surprised if he is going to hold the chair of President of Pakistan as well, because they know that army can do anything, and Asim Munir is having a very good hold as far as the army is concerned. And how Shahbaz Sharif was even made Prime Minister of Pakistan, that is also well known to everyone. So that seems to be the reason that he's a puppet Prime Minister of Pakistani Army, and that's why he's doing what basically is being instructed by the Pakistani Army.
All right, Ajay, stay on with me. Now I have Major General A.K. Sivach, retired defense expert, joining me. Major General Sivach, I want to first ask you, how do you see this big move of Asim Munir's promotion?
As far as Pakistan is concerned, you remember one thing, the power flows from Rawalpindi, not from Islamabad. It means, as it is, the General has got very important, the army plays a major role in the defense as well as also on the foreign affairs. But what has happened now is that the Chief of Army will be concurrently Chief of Defence Forces, and the Indian Chief will be answerable, and he will be one point. The powers which are created to him are tools. In fact, to become military sort of authority in Pakistan. The nuclear strategic command, which was a civil organization, will now be under the Chief of Defence Forces. So the point is that when slowly you find that Asim Munir will become all powerful, and the appointment of chairman of the Joint Chief Staff has been after that. So this amendment of 27, read with Article 23, give them enough power for defense forces. Now the point comes to why this is being done. One thing is very clear as a Pakistan, the army take a measure. In last about 7 years of the independence, the majority of the time they have been governing if they are not governed, that they enjoy the power, civil government may be the one which is the forefront. The actual power is enjoyed by the. But now what they have done is that they have legally given a lot of power to the chief of defense forces. And you know that as far as economy is concerned, the army plays a major role by the parallel economy. You know, from cement to Colgate, from back to real estate, everything run by the army. They have a budget of $112 billion. So they run a parallel economy. But as on today, they have now made a chief for defense forces which will enjoy absolute power, will also enjoy a political interference and legal immunity after retirement. Now the question comes is that why it has been done this in two reasons. One is to showcase to its own population and to the public that they have done extremely well in Operation Sindoor, and also send a very strong message to the international community, knowing fully well that Pakistan had disaster in 4 days. They could not perform. The weapons which was given by the Chinese did not perform, whether it is J-15, S-29, S-15, JF-10, so then J-70. So they want to showcase as if they have performed extremely well, which is far from the. So the point is, it's not really going to make a difference as to what will be the strength of the Pakistan Defense Forces. It is only shifting the weight, but all said and done, it is being done to please Asim Munir. Asim Munir slowly and certainly will be being all powerful. With now he becoming a chief of defense or forces, Navy and Air Force also will be the one which will be answerable to him. So the question comes is, the Pakistan they are military autocracy. It is no more a country which is being governed by the civil government. It is the military which is governing. And that's why we have been telling to the world over the type of they are spending on terrorism, and they also drug money which is there. So they must be faced again grey list by the Financial Action Task Force, by money laundering and terrorist funding. Now remember that very recently the Donald Trump has made a statement that the Pakistan is also one of the countries which is doing a nuclear test. So now this is the track record because Pakistan can do anything. And therefore it is very important Pakistan must put on a grey list, the economic sanctions to be imposed. But all said and done, whatever is being done in Pakistan, it is just to please this failed Asim Munir. You know, we call him a field master, not a field master. So he failed in all the spheres to make him all powerful. And you will find it in time to come that time is not far off that he may also become the president of Pakistan.